right. Good morning. So I was thinking of, and been thinking this week about the power of our breath, how our breath helps us to pace ourselves, like athletes use it to pace their movements. Women in labor use it to control contractions. Doctors have their patients do breathing exercises to control anxiety. So our breath isn't just our breath, which of course is pretty big, it keeps us alive, but it is also a healing energy. And this is important because we can use our breath to help ourselves heal. And the most important thing is that when we take a deep inhale and a slow exhale, it actually, there is a direct connection from to the vagus nerve. It triggers the reaction that moves us from fight or flight to rest and digest. And I like to call it relax and repair. So it just slows your body down, slows your heart rate. It automatically makes you healthier. It relaxes you. So we can use that power. So close your eyes, come inside and focus on your breath. And begin to deepen your breath. Take a deep inhale, fill your lungs, and on your exhale, slow it down. Slow it down, make it longer. Give your whole body a chance to register the relax and repair mode. And continue with this in mind, that every time you let go of the unwanted air, you're calming your body down. You're relaxing your whole body. After your next exhale, return to your natural breath. And slowly open your eyes. So going to begin today from a child's pose. When you get into your nice comfy child's pose, wherever it is, allow yourself to look inward. This is a pose of introspection and humility. Allow your arms to relax completely. You might want to wrap them around your legs, or perhaps make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on that pillow. Make no effort here. Make it very relaxing. Then extend your arms overhead. Walk your fingers away a little bit. You feel the stretch in your underarm. Place the palms of your hands flat on the mat. Lift your hips and send your shoulders and heart forward, your heart coming between your arms. You'll lengthen your legs behind you. Push into the mat so your shoulders don't scrunch up. Push in with your hands. And use your core muscles to keep you from sagging towards the mat, to keep you in a beautiful curve, in a beautiful arch. Inhale and then exhale, send your hips to your heels. Humility. Inhale, come forward, open up, send your heart out, open heart. On an exhale, send your hips back to your heels. Lift your hips again. And this time, stop when your hips are over your knees. Slide your left hand so that your wrist is under your shoulder, your left shoulder. Send your right leg back behind you on the ball of your foot. Then swivel that foot on the mat so it's behind your left toes, and fan open to the right, your arms, fingers reaching up to the sky. Then you're going to send your right arm alongside your right ear and your right toes in the opposite direction so we can stretch our whole right side body. And push into the mat a little bit with your hand and open up your heart just a little bit more. Open it up. Stretch. And bring your arm back down, bring your knee back down. Let's do that on the other side, stretching our left side body. Send your left leg out behind you, swivel it on the mat so it's behind your right foot. Fan open to the left, fingers reaching to the sky. Then send your left arm alongside your left ear, open up your heart, and send your toes in the opposite direction so that your whole left side body gets stretched. Then bring your hand down, bring your knee down, and come back to child's pose. You're going to swing your arms straight out to the side. You're looking forward. You're going to turn your arms. You're going to rotate them so that your palms lead you up on to your knees. You're going to bring your right arm down, your left fingers reaching for the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, send your right fingers down as you send your left arm to the right. So another side body stretch, this time from the knees to the fingertips. Inhale to center, and let's do the other side. Inhale both arms to center. Send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers into Yoga Mudra. And open up your heart. Don't push your knuckles down too far. It's still early in class, little baby back bend. So relax your arms a bit, but open up your heart. Send your arms out from your shoulders in a T shape. Send your hips back to your heels, your arms overhead in front of you, your palms flat on the mat. Humility. Send your arms out to the side and lift all the way up, look up, praise. Come back down, humility. And then the next time, let your arms float you up just to stand on your knees. Release your arms. Send your right leg out in front of you, walk it away. Your arms straight down by your body. And then send your arms back behind you and scoop up from the earth and come forward. Sending your hips toward the back of your right leg in that direction. Inhale and then exhale, bow over your right leg, straighten your right leg. Inhale, rise up, slide forward. Exhale, straighten and bend. Inhale. Exhale, straighten and bow. Inhale. Once more. Exhale. Stay down, bring both arms inside your right leg, and then just bring your leg back where it started. Come back up onto your knees. Okay, good. So left leg, it comes out. All right, arms down by your side, send them back and then stream forward to bring your hips forward for Anjaneyasana. Inhale, exhale, straighten your legs, bow over your leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And then exhale. Bring both arms inside your leg and bring your leg back where it started. Come up to stand. Send your arms out and overhead. Send your hips just slightly back. Send your palms to the top of your mat. So you should be reaching with your arms. And we're going to come to puppy pose. So in puppy pose, your knees are under your hips. And you're going to step your arms maybe a little bit farther away to come down in what looks like a very low downward facing dog. It is, it's a puppy, a small down dog. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Walk your hands in a little bit. Your heels come towards your mat. Your chest goes towards your thighs. So I'm going to take this opportunity to move my blanket away. If you have one, you might wish to do the same. All right. I'm going to come forward to a plank pose. So your shoulders are over your wrists or just a little bit behind them. Your heels are kind of reaching back. But the most important thing is that from the crown of your head to your heels, it's a straight line. It's a plank, phalakasana, downward facing dog. Come forward again to plank. Bring your left knee under your left hip. Swivel just like we did earlier and fan open. And then this time you're going to Send your shoulder over your wrist as you lift your right leg. Now you can stay here, you can bring your leg back down, or you can go a little bit deeper by bending your knee, taking your foot, and opening up your heart. Release your foot, release your arm, and come back down. Send your left leg back behind you, swivel it, fan open. Shoulder over wrist, lift your leg. Or not, you could stay down. Stay here or bring it down or bend your knee and open up. Release. Come on to hands and knees. We're going to do some cats and dogs now. So you'll begin by curling your spine towards the mat, heart moving forward, your tailbone reaching up for the sky in your dog spine. Exhale, arch your spine into a cat spine. Exhale, inhale in your dog, exhale in your cat. And continue at your own pace. Use this opportunity to pay attention to your spine, to notice the beauty of your whole body, how it works so seamlessly at your command. And the next time you're in a cat spine, pause, send your hips to your heels. Come to sit on your knee, heels, those heels, to sit on your heels and shake out your hands. Bring the backs of your hands together. Yeah. And let's do a countdown, 8, 7, and push them together, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let them go, shake them out. Okay. So we're going to work a little bit on, or a lot, or a little, we'll see, on balance. And there are all kinds of balances, and there are balances here on your hands and knees. So let's start with sending your right leg back behind you on the ball of your foot. And you take one step at a time so that your body has time to make a transition from one move to the other. And you'll lift your leg hip high. If it doesn't go all the way up to your hip, that's perfectly fine. And then send your left arm alongside your left ear. Look forward. Allow your left arm to swing back and stretch alongside your left side body, fingers pointing back behind you. So we're challenging our balance a little bit. You're only on 2 limbs. Bring your arm back, bring it down, bring your knee down. At any time you need to, please shake out your wrists. Send your left leg back behind you. Lift it hip high. Right arm streams alongside right ear. Bring your right arm alongside your body, fingers pointing behind you. And bring it down. So wag your tail a little bit from side to side. All right, and we're going to do that again, adding a little bit more challenge to your balance. Send your right leg back behind you, lift it hip high. Left arm reaches in the opposite direction. And then you're going to bend your right knee. And maybe you'll send your right foot over to the left so that you can send your left hand behind you to meet your foot. And then you want to make sure your knee is pointing downward to the ground as you look forward like a pointer dog. This is good to stretch your piriformis muscle, which helps to prevent sciatica. Release, bring everything down. Send your right leg, left leg back behind you. Lift it hip high. Right arm extends. Bend your left knee, send your foot over to the right so that you can easily, or more easily, take your foot. Let your knee point down, look forward. Release down, child's pose. Wow. Come back to hands and knees. Knees under hips, and bring your forearms to the mat so that your elbows are under your shoulders. And we're going to do the little Tonka toy slide here, going back and forth. And then come back to center. Send your left fingers to your right elbow. Send your right leg back behind you. Swivel your right foot on the mat and fan open to the right. Lift your right leg. Bend your right knee. Open up. Or not. Come back down. Both arms, forearms on the mat. Take a moment. Take a breath. And we're going to do the other side. So your right fingers to your left elbow. Left leg goes back behind you. You're going to swivel and then fan. Lift your leg. Bend your knee. Maybe you'll take your foot, maybe not. It's a little bit more of a challenge, right? On your forearm. Release. Bring your knee down. Come to child's pose. You're going to come back up onto your knees and onto your forearms. You're going to send your right leg back behind you, standing on the ball of your foot, so your knee is away from the mat. Then you'll send your left leg for a forearm plank. Then bring both your knees down to the mat. Extend your right arm and bring your belly onto the mat. Come all the way down onto the mat in a prone position. Then you're going to roll over onto your right side, and you're going to rest your head on your right arm. You can bend your elbow and use that as a pillow. So your legs are nice and straight, your feet are flexed, your left hand in front of your chest. And you're going to lift your leg 6 times, your top leg away from the bottom leg. So your left leg comes up. So it could be any amount, but you might want to give yourself a little challenge here and make it higher each time you lift your leg. And then bring your leg back down. Place your left foot on the mat outside of your right thigh. So you're placing it down and you're going to send your toes toward your other toes, toward your right toes. Yeah. You can keep your leg there, or you can step it on top of your right thigh for a tree pose. Send your right arm up alongside your left arm, up alongside your left ear. Lift your head away from your right for fallen tree. Bring your head back down to your arm. Bring your left hand back for support in front of your chest. Then bring your left knee in towards your shoulder. Take hold of your ankle or your toe or your calf and straighten, maybe straighten your left leg. Now, this requires a lot of core work, and that's what prevents you from falling over. Otherwise, you're going to just fall back, and that's kind of fun. It's okay. And release it. And come back onto your belly. Right, and go the other way. Left arm extends. Roll over on to your left side. You're using your right hand in front of your chest for like your kickstand, right? Straight legs, flexed feet. And do 6 leg lifts. Each lift maybe goes a tad higher or not. And pause when you're done. All right, so place your right foot outside you in front of your left thigh and turn your feet to face your opposite foot. And then maybe you'll place your foot on your thigh or not. You can leave it on the mat. And send your right arm alongside your right ear. Lift your head away from your left arm to create a fallen tree. Bring your right hand back down in front of your chest. Bring your head back down on to your arm and bring your right knee into your chest. Take your toe or your ankle, whatever you reach, or the cuff of your pant, and see if you can straighten your leg and stay on your side. Use your core to help you do that. Engage those abdominal muscles. Then release it. And roll back over onto your belly, pile one hand on top of the other. Your forehead rests on your little pillow. This is Makarasana, the crocodile pose, and you can just stay here and relax for a while. Just sleeping by the little river where you live by. Slide your hands alongside your breasts. Your arms should be hugging your ribs, elbows pointing back. And when I say hugging, I mean that, you know, that's a relative term. As close as you can get them toward your ribs, elbows back. On an inhale, you're going to lift your shoulders and your head, no hands involved. You're not pushing in for a baby cobra, Bhujangasana, and then bring it back down to the mat, melt back down. Do that twice more. On an inhale, lift, melt. Inhale, lift, and melt. So that's baby cobra. So now we're going to do king cobra. So you're going to do the same thing, only this time you'll press into your hands and begin to straighten your arms, but you're keeping your pubic bone on the mat so your arms will not be straight. You're looking forward, you're dropping your shoulders. Bhujangasana, king cobra. Inhale and exhale and fold back down. All right, so we got the king in there. It's time for the queen. So on an inhale, queen cobra. Get those shoulders down, heart forward, pubic bone to the mat. And then fold back down. Push into the mat, lift your hips, and come to child's pose very slowly. Go in slowly. Slide your hands back towards your knees, and we're going to come up to stand. Right. All right, come to your mountain. You should know this by heart, right? Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart twice more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. So before we begin to challenge our standing balances, we're going to do another side body stretch, and this one will help us with our IT band, which comes from your top of your hip to your tibia, your shin muscle. And that's one of these things that you know causes trouble all the time. So step your right leg back, release your arms, send them up alongside your ears. Take your right wrist with your left hand, and then send your right arm to the left. Use the weight of your left hand to help with that stretch. It also stretches your lats. Those are muscles up here on the side, your side body. And then bring your arms straight up, step forward, and step back with your left leg. Arms up overhead. Take left wrist with right hand, and we'll do that on the other side. And then come back to center, release your arms, step forward. Okay. So get your weight first. You want to make sure it's even, just like you were in a mountain. And now you're going to switch your weight to your left leg and come on the ball of your right foot. You're going to lift your right leg, lift your knee. You can bring it down anytime, or you can stay up for a little bit longer if you wish. And then bring it down. All right. Let's do the other side. So remember, your supporting leg has a bottom to the pedestal that's your foot. So all 5 toes should be flat on the mat, no gripping the mat. That doesn't work. And bring it down. So you want that base to be flat and firm on the mat. Another thing you want to do when you're doing a standing balance is find a dristi, which is a focal point on the other side of the room that you can zero in on. It's like, you know, when you watch the horizon when you're on a boat, so you don't get seasick. So this helps you with your balance. Another thing you do is you engage your abdominal muscles, because that helps hold you up. Lift your right leg. Swing your foot. Bring it down. Lift your left leg. Maybe you can get a little higher this time. Swing it. Bring it down. All right. So here's where using your core will come in really handy. Lift your right leg. Lift it as high as you can. Engage your core. Straighten your leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And bring it down. All right. Let's do the other side. You can probably feel that in your quads. That's why we did that quad stretch earlier. Lift your left. Use your core. Straighten your leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bring it down. Okay, excellent. Let's see if we can do a little bit more of a challenge. So lift your leg, your right leg, send it out to the side. Send it forward, send it back behind you, knee to knee. Come forward, out to the side, forward, bring it down. Left, out to the side, forward, back, forward, side, forward, and bring it down. Squat down a little, just a little bit. And place your right ankle above your left knee. And squat down a little bit more. Place your one hand on your knee, the other on your foot. That might help you with your balance. Bend your elbows, will help you to squat a little bit more. And release. You know, you can come out of these at any time, and you might have to, right? Bend your knees. Bring ankle over thigh. And squat down a little bit more. Okay, very good. That was much too easy. Everybody did that so easily, so we got to challenge you a little more. All right, so get ready to move a little bit. You're going to squat. You're going to bring your right ankle on your left thigh. And then you're going to lift your right knee, stay squatted, and send that leg back behind you. Spread your wings like you're flying away. And then come back to bring your ankle back onto your knee. All right. Okay. Let's try the other side. Bend. Ankle on knee, squat. Lift left knee and fly away. And then come back, bringing your ankle on your knee. Whoops, or not. Great. Okay. So we all know our trees, right? Everybody knows the tree, but let's do a tree solo anyway. Don't forget your drishti, don't forget to use your abs, come into your tree. You know you can keep your ball of your foot on the mat. You can lift your foot any amount. It can come all the way up to your thigh, whatever works for you. All right, and then you have to grow your tree, grow the branches. Keep looking at that drishti, and then bring it down. Other side. So you're shifting your weight to your right foot, lifting your left, growing your branches. Bring it down. Okay, we're going to challenge that tree. All right. So come into your tree with your right leg. And this time, bring your arms. Oh, no, first let's grow our tree. Grow your tree. You're looking at your drishti. You're still looking at it as you bring your arms back down. You interlace your fingers. And now bring your drishti with you as you look up to that beautiful blue sky. And then bring it down. Let's try that on the other side. Come to your tree. And then challenge your balance by sending your arms the opposite way and sending your gaze up to the sky. Whoa. And bring it down. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more from our tree. Yeah. So come to your tree, right leg. Right. And you're going to bring your hands to your heart. And you're going to open up your hands to make a little bird's nest. And there's this little bird in this nest and is looking up at that blue sky and says, oh my God, I can't resist it. I must fly away. So you spread your wings, you lift your leg, you send it back behind you to fly away. And maybe you'll fall out of it, or maybe you'll come back into your tree. Okay. Okay, let's try the other side. Left, and we'll let's go really slowly. A little bit easier when we go slowly. Come into your tree. Find your bird's nest. Look up at the sky. Spread your wings. Lift your knee so that your leg can go straight back behind you to fly away, and then come back into your tree and let it go. Fabulous. All right. All right, so lots of balancing challenges. I'm going to do one more. You're going to bend your knees, then you're going to squat down. You're going to bring your legs close together, send your arms straight out in front of you. You're going to cross your right leg over your left arm over your right to come into eagle pose. You're going to squat down. And you're going to come up on your supporting leg, straightening your leg, opening up your wing, lifting your leg, and flying away. And maybe you will come land in a tree. Right. Or not, there's always or not. Squat, cross, right over left, squat a little bit more. Begin to rise up, open up your wings, lift your leg forward, and fly away. And then come back into your tree. Okay. They're just challenges to your balance. Doesn't mean that they're not a requirement, is what I want to say. They're just, come down onto your mat with me. I spoke earlier, your legs should be out in front of you, come to Dandasana. So I spoke earlier about how our breath can help us to heal. And you know, we use our breath throughout yoga practice. Each move is an inhale or an exhale. And why? Because it helps us to move better. So we're going to continue with our breath. Send your arms forward, palms facing each other. Inhale, slide your back behind you. Keep your back straight. Exhale, come forward, fingers over toes, and continue back and forth like you're rowing your boat, but you're going to keep your arms where they are, straight from your shoulders. And you're inhaling as you go back, you're exhaling as you come forward. Continue. And then come back to center. Come back to Dandasana. Feel that mountain spine in your Dandasana. You're going to inhale, lift your arms, bend your knees. Inhale, and on an exhale, engage your abdominal muscles and take hold of the outside, the pinky edge of your feet or your ankle, and lengthen your legs, straighten your legs on the mat, come over your legs as much as your body allows. So that means any amount. And bend your elbows. That will help bring you a little closer to your legs. Paschimottanasana, the Western stretch. This is also a good pose for the new moon. It's a new moon today. So we're exposing our moon side of our body. Look up, arms alongside your ears, and unhinge. Bring your hands back down to your sides. All right. Bring your feet to the mat and hug your legs. So we started our class this way, and we're not done yet, but we started in a child's pose. So now we're in a seated
pose of the child. And hug those legs and come inside. Be so grateful for what you've been able to do. You are all so amazing. In the standing poses, I can see more of you on the screen, so that's very good.
And then lift your head and bring your hands to the mat and make your way down onto your back. Leave your feet where they are. So your knees pointing to the ceiling. Lift your hips a little bit to lengthen your spine. Okay. Bring both your knees into your chest and hug them. Roll from side to side. Take your right knee with your hands, wrap your hands around, interlace, and send your left leg straight out, hovering over the mat. This is very good for your back. So we're going to switch now, sending the opposite, and continue. Pause for the moment so you can take that inhale, and then exhale when your knee comes into your chest. Exhale when your knee comes in. Exhale for a moment, and then go back in and forth. All right. Then bring your feet to the mat. So you'll stop, come to center, bring your feet to the mat. Send your arms out in a T shape, straight up from your arms. And send your knees to the right, your gaze to the left for a gentle spinal twist. Bring your knees to center. And over to the other side, your gaze to the other side. Bring your knees to center. If you have a block, you can press into your feet, lift your hips and place it underneath, or you can do the same thing with a blanket or a pillow, just to give you a little bit of height. And if not, you'll go straight from the mat and lift your legs straight up. Now, pay attention to where your legs are. You don't want to bring them too close to your face. You want them to be directly over your hips so that you're a perfect L shape, a right angle. And why? And it's because this pose is Viparina Karani, which is meant to be done against a wall. So again, imagine that invisible wall from your hips, from your seat, all the way up to your heels. So that's where your legs should be in space. And then just relax your feet. A little gentle inversion. Let those excess fluids drain from your legs. Let your heart rate slow down. And breathe into it. And then bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the mat. If you have something underneath, remove it. and come to your Shavasana. Your legs are splaying open naturally, your arms a little bit away from your body, arms are rotated from the shoulder so that you can comfortably have your palms facing upward in a receiving and giving mudra, a gesture. Feel your whole back body surrendering to gravity. Feel yourself letting go completely. And follow your breath as you lie in this relaxing position. As you assimilate all of the energy you generated today. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath and release it. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet. Send your arms overhead, back behind you, your feet in the opposite direction for a big full body stretch, big yawn. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. And then come back to center and release your legs and roll over into a fetal position on your right side so that you expose the moon, your left side, in celebration of the new moon. And to keep your body cooler, and then As you're ready, make your way up to sit. Take your time. I will wait until everybody is seated. If you are staying for meditation, please make yourself comfortable. If you are leaving, I wish you a wonderful day. So if you're sitting in a chair, make sure the soles of your feet are on the ground so that you have a connection with the earth, so that you feel grounded. And we're going to do a pranayama meditation that is, we're going to use our breath to heal, to help us and enrich and wake up and renew our bodies. So close your eyes and come inside. And follow your breath, your natural breath. Don't change it. Just be very aware of it. Because when you're distracted, you will come back to your breath to bring you back into your meditation. Take a deep breath and allow that breath to travel all the way up to your brain. Imagine these little bubbles of oxygen renewing every cell of your brain so that you may think more clearly. Allow your next breath, deep breath, allow it to travel up to your eyes and hover there, to include your third eye right between your brows, so that you may see beyond what your eyes can show you. Let your next big breath travel to your nose and feel the cool air as it enters your nostrils, as it stimulates your sense of smell so that you may enjoy all the fragrances of this earth. Bring your next breath to your ears. Allow them to circle around your ears so that you may listen more attentively and without judgment. Allow your next breath to hover, to stay at your neck, your throat, your mouth. Feel it there, so that you may speak your truth, say your mind with kindness. Breathe in deeply to your heart center. Feel your chest rise. Feel your breath in your heart center. Feel it fueling every beat of your heart. Listen to your heart beating, the power of your breath. And let your breath linger there to stimulate compassion, your compassion for others, and your compassion for yourself. Feel it building in your heart. Allow your next breath to travel up to your shoulders, as if massaging your shoulders to release your burdens. And then let your next breath travel all the way down your arms to your fingertips, so that you may express yourself more fully, so that you may hold, hug, and embrace more dearly. Feel your next breath land in your belly. Feel your belly expand. Where your fire grows, your breath stoking that fire to give you courage, to ignite your willpower, so you can be brave. Take another deep breath and allow that breath to travel down your body to your seat and down your legs. Take another breath to extend your breath down your legs, around your knees, down your shins, all the way to your toes, so that you may be grounded, so that you may be more mobile, so that you may take your next step in your life's journey with ease. Now let your next breath travel to any place inside your body, anywhere where you may be feeling any discomfort. Feel it, identify with your breath where in your body that discomfort is manifesting, and send your breath there. Breathe into it to ease your discomfort. To release stress and anxiety. Use your breath. Allow your next breath to travel to the crown of your head, to your spiritual center, so that it may open to let in the light, this spiritual light that will travel down your body to your heart and merge with the light that was already inside of you, your divine light. Feel it now with your breath filling your entire body. Feel that light. Feel spirit, whatever spirit means to you. Let it fill you up. And with every breath, know that you are connecting with that light inside of you. Bring your hands together at your heart. Feel your heart beating against your thumbs. Bow your head. And as you lift your head, begin to open your eyes so they will be fully open when your head is erect. And to a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for being with me today.